Hi everybody, welcome back to Jenna's Stitches. My name is Jenna. If you are new, thank you for coming and joining us. If you'd like to like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. If you're coming back, thank you again for returning. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to show you some of the stuff I've been working on this week. So I have made some progress on some of the blankets that I showed in my very first video. So if you have watched that, it will be the blanket I'm making for my brother and the blanket I'm making for my dad. Father's Day is now 9 days away, so I really got to get working on my dad's blanket. And of course, I went into the office this week and completely forgot to bring it with me. So I did make quite a bit of progress on it, but not as much as I could have. And I really just don't like this camera angle. I did switch where I'm filming because this is where I crochet. So I figured it'd be better to film here, but I just don't like this angle. And I don't know what to do about it. But oh well. And if anybody wants to see something funny, well, I think it's funny, and want to know why I had the reaction I did in my last video, I will tell you now. So if you watch my last video, my Hobby Lobby yarn haul, you might see me at some point go and cover my mouth in shock. That is because I completely forgot that I set my bowl of soup that I ate for dinner down on the couch next to me, meaning to get up to take it in the kitchen, and decided to film instead. And one of my cakes of sugar wheel cotton rolled right into the bowl. It was one of the Granny's recipe ones, so it's the gray multicolored cakes. Thankfully, I washed it right as I was done filming, and it all came out. I have it setting in front of the fan to dry, and I really don't have any intentions of using it anytime soon, so it's not that big of a deal. But I figured if anybody watches that video, you will definitely see it and hear my reaction to it, so that is why. But also, if you watch that video, you know I did say that I've already used 2 of the yarns I bought at the Hobby Lobby clearance sale from my trip there Friday. I also did mention one of the other projects that I finished. So I did kind of have a busy day crocheting yesterday. I finished 3 projects, and actually I think that's all I worked on. We were on the go a lot yesterday. If you watch my other video, you'd also know that I had 2 doctor's appointments yesterday, so I didn't crochet until we got home. And they all are smaller projects that didn't take me much time at all, but I still feel pretty accomplished. So the first one I'm going to show is my brother's blanket. So if you watched my first video, you will see where I was at the last time we saw it, and it is sitting right here behind me. And it's getting pretty large and pretty heavy, so I'm not going to show the whole thing, am I? Yes, I am. So again, this is the Mosaic crochet blanket. It's called the Diamond Back. And if you want the details on it, please go back and watch my first video because I talked about the pattern and the creator of it there. But it is just a Mosaic crochet blanket. So it starts with this pattern and goes on and on. This is the middle pattern. And when we last saw this, I was where the stitch marker is. So I did finish all of this section here, and I actually finished, is this section finished? Yes, finished the section too. And that was all within a day, I believe, that I did all that. So that is as far as I got on there. So I do right now have 1, 2, 3, 4 more sections to go. And I know when I worked on the bottom half, because this pattern just repeats itself, I did all these sections in about, this one took me probably a whole day. But these 3 bottom sections down here did not take me long at all. Maybe 2 days between all 3. So if I consistently work on it, which I probably won't do until I'm done with my dad's blanket, I should have it done within about 3 days. And then I am going to double border this. And I don't know how to do the double border yet, so I don't know how that's going to go. It might take me a little bit longer, but that is my plan. The second one I'm going to show is my dad's blanket. Now, I don't have a stitch marker or anything to show where I was the last time we saw it, but I know it wasn't that big. I'm going to have to push you back to see if I can even get it all. Let's start. So there is the center of it, and it's pretty big now. I know it's hard to tell with like where I'm sitting and how close I am to my camera. There we go. That works. So it has grown quite a bit. I believe when I showed it, I wasn't that far into it at all. You might be able to tell if you get back to my first video, but I do know I said in that video I had about half a skein of this left during that video, and right now all I have is this. And it was all twisted and tangled, so I started to ball it up so I could finish out the skein, and then I got irritated with it because I hate trying to untangle yarn and kind of just left it jumbled. So I will either work on that before I work on the blanket again or make my husband do it because he likes to untangle yarn for me. But that's all I have left of my first skein. I have my second one waiting to go. Again, this is going to be a Father's Day gift, so I do have to finish it by next Sunday. I guess I don't have to, but I really would like to. So I'm going to be primarily working on it throughout the week. I do have 4 skeins of this Caron Cloud Cake. I don't think I'm going to use all 4. I might see where it's at with 2. Might possibly go into a 3rd. I don't know yet. I think when it's big enough, it will be big enough. I'll just know. And I know I didn't have the yarn label with me when I first introduced this blanket. So this is actually in the color Rich Teal. It is a Caron Cloud Cape. These came out over the winter as part of the Lush Living Collection. They are 8.5 ounces and 760 yards of a medium number 4. I do not think this is a medium number 4. I would say it's definitely a 3, and a thin 3 at that. It is a little fluffy, so maybe that's where that 4 is coming from. That's really all I have to say about it. I love these. They are so super soft. If you had a chance to get any during the time that they were out, awesome, because they are great. I have tons of them. Not as many as I liked, and I didn't get every color that they had out there. Were really hard to find, at least around me, and I know I've mentioned in a couple videos already that I do live in a small area, but I have Michael's like all the way around me, except for to the north because that's a lake, but I have Michael's to the east, to the west, to the south, and I went to all of them, and they were impossible to find. I know I ordered quite a few online because we just didn't have a lot of colors in my area. And I know some people are still finding them in the store. They were like instantly gone if we had any. So I did get quite a few of them. And I kind of want to hoard them, even though I'm not a hoarder, just because they're so soft. And I love them. But I think I'm going to make myself a blanket too. Even though I make myself way too many blankets. Which, that video is still going to come. I know I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I will have a video all about my blankets. And I will definitely do that. But the 3 projects that I made yesterday, 2 of which are from the Hobby Lobby Yarn Haul yarn, are these. So I made a water bottle holder for my water bottle that I carry with me everywhere. And I did make a strap to it. So this is using the Crafter's Secret yarn in the colorway Sprinkles 2. I don't know if the 2 is part of the name, but it's right next to the word Sprinkles. So I think it is. My handle is crooked, and I swear I folded this in half several times to make sure it wouldn't be, but it is. But it doesn't really cause any issues with the water bottle. And this is something I just kind of worked up by myself. I did a few rounds until it fit around the bottom of my bottle, and then I did back loop only to make the little ridge for the bottom. I did 2 rounds of double crochet, and then I did some, oh, you can't even see it, window stitches, solid double crochet window, and so on and so forth. And then I made the handle, And all I did for the handle is when I got to the height I wanted, I just picked a spot and started doing 4 single crochets, chain 1 to make it. And then when I felt like it was long enough, I turned it inside out and just did some slip stitches on the inside. I didn't even weave in my end yet. But that is that. The only problem I have with it, and again, this is my own pattern. I've never made one before. I was watching a video, but honestly, I only watched it to figure out how to do the bottom. And even then, I was way ahead of the person in the video before. She got done with the bottom. I was halfway done with mine in general. But it has stretched out quite a bit already. So I don't really know. Here's my water bottle, so I will put it on there. So it fits it well still. And definitely if I'm carrying it, it's completely fine. But if I set it down, yesterday it stayed on completely fine. Now it's sagging and falling off, which makes sense because I did, walk around carrying it a little bit today. I don't know how often I'd have it just sitting on there, so does it really matter? No, but I think I want to find, I'll put that back where it was so it's not in the camera. I think I want to find a way to make it not do that so that I can have them fit a little bit better. I am going to make tons of these. As I mentioned in my Hobby Lobby haul, I do want to get into some craft fairs around here, if there even is any. I don't even know of any. But I know the festival that we have in town this weekend is pretty much just a bunch of craft booths. So I'm hoping to have a bunch of stuff done by next year to have in our strawberry festival. And some of the things I want are these. I do only drink water, and I drink a lot of it. So I have multiple water bottles, and they are all different sizes. So it's kind of nice because I can use them to make a bunch of these in different sizes. This bottle specifically is 32 ounces, so this would fit 32 ounces. I have a 26 ounce that I carry around sometimes. I also have a 40 ounce, and I have a couple in between, I believe. So I can use them all for practice to make more. But my only complaint about it really is that the top stretched out so much. My mom made a suggestion to put elastic in it, so I might try that and see how that would work. Other than that, like I said, carrying it around, it stays on completely fine because the strap's there. So does it really matter? I guess we'll see. The next thing I'm going to show is a little misshapen because I already have used it, and as of right now it is soaking wet because I took a shower today and I used it in the shower. So it is a bath loofah. So before I used it, it was actually looking like a bath loofah. I guess it kind of does now still, except it looks flat on the top. But when it's dry, it is a lot puffier. I followed the tutorial by Creative Grandma, except my strap isn't as long as she said, and I didn't gauge it or anything. I just kind of went with it. And I actually ran out of yarn before I even got to the end of the round. But honestly, I can't even find the end of the round because there's so many ruffles in it. So it didn't really matter. And plus, it's for me. And really, if I do sell these like I plan to, who's going to go looking around to find the end? Because I made it and I can't find it. So that is that. And one of the main reasons why I bought so much cotton yarn is I do want to make a lot of these for craft fairs because I heard they sell pretty good. And then the last thing I made and have a finished object of, I did mention in my last video, is a pet bed. So this I used Yarn Bee Uber Luxe in the colorway Ocean. This was from the Hobby Lobby clearance sale, I believe last year. I have gone the last 3 years. I know I didn't get it this year because I just got all that yesterday. So it's either from last year, 2021, or 2020. I honestly can't remember, but I feel like it was last year. So it is a jumbo, or actually this is a super bulky number 6. I could have sworn it was a jumbo number 7. It is a jumbo number 7, honestly. It was 42 yards, 100% acrylic in the colorway Ocean. So again, this is what it looks like. I have mentioned, I know I mentioned it for sure in my last video, holding it. It doesn't really keep its shape that much, but it keeps its shape when the cats are in it. And again, haven't weaved in my ends yet. Probably won't because it's the bottom. So that's the little doorway part, and then the walls go up a little bit. I did run out of yarn. I had enough to make it all the way around for the last round of single crochets. But I ran out after that. I only had a few left. So I would have liked to make the walls a little bit higher. It doesn't really look that bad at all in pictures or on camera, but with the cats in it, they're tiny. They're 10 weeks old. So they're tiny baby kitties, and they look huge in it. And I followed Crystal from Bag O' Days tutorial. It's her most recent tutorial for a pet bed. And I went up, I think, one more than she did in the bottom. So she does tell you in the video how to make the bottom to the size you want it. It looked pretty small to me, but then I finished it, and I think I should have just kept it at her size. But that is that. My cats do have a cat tree that they sleep on all the time. I put this on the top of the cat tree, and they won't get out of it. So I guess that's a good thing. They definitely do love it. My cat was sleeping in it when I started this video. I had to take it from him. So he's probably not too happy with me right now. But they do love it. They both sleep in it quite a bit. So I'm glad that they like it. I do have yarn to make another one, and if you watch my Hobby Lobby yarn haul, you will see that. That will be for my other cat who lives with my mom. And then I need to purchase or go through my stash and see if I have any more. Either the super bulky number 6, because I think that worked perfectly fine, or the jumbo number 7 to make a third one, because I also have 2 ferrets. And they do have a small dog bed in their cage. So I would like to make them another one so that when I want to wash that one, they have something to lay in while I wash it. And I really want to make a miniature one for my hamster, but I don't know how to do that. But I probably will figure it out, because I think that'd be really cute to make a small one for my hamster. Actually, probably like this big, because my hamster is huge. But that's all I have. So this video is kind of short, but I feel like I got a lot done this week. 3 finished projects, especially with the amount of blankets I'm working on. Usually I don't have any finished projects within a week because I make so many blankets. But I think with my plan that I've mentioned in my last video and sort of mentioned in this one, you'll see quite a few finished projects coming, because a lot of them are tiny and took barely any time to make. I think I made this in the course of 20 minutes. The water bottle holder probably took me more, like 45, but only because I undid it and redid it quite a few times. It looks even stretched out now just looking at it, but again, I guess if I'm carrying it around, it's not going to bother me. So again, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I really do appreciate that as well. For being brand new, I think my channel's doing okay so far. So I would really, really appreciate it, though, if you could like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye.